What am I showing you? This is yam, but of new method. What you are seeing here is nothing but yams growing on a cemented ground. You can imagine, not planted the normal way of or conventional way we all know. This one is planted in bags. You can see these are bags and the floor is cemented. Watch it. See the leaves. See how greenish they are operating from the bags. And now one other thing is, see how close the bags are. Look at it. This small space you are seeing, this is actually on top of a soccer wear in a compound. It's on top of soccer wear. I made these yams here. Look at it. When you check, these are cement bags. I'm showing you this to tell you that it could be done with a reduced cost. These cement bags is easy for someone to get. You could go to block industry, you could go to where they are developing land. All you need to tell them is, please, while opening this cement, open it at the tip of the bag so that it will have space to contain the yams. So you can see I have 56 bags here. Look at it from here to here. All you need to do is to ensure that the yams grow on open air. Look at it. There's a mango tree here. No, if you do it under the mango tree, it will not do well. They need photosynthesis, sun, direct sun. That's all you need, not actually the spacing as in our usual 4 feet apart, because each yam grows independently in the bag, so they don't drag any manure with their next yam. All the manure nutrient they need is in this bag. If you want to do this, you could get topsoil from your compound, just like here. You can get topsoil here. If the soil is not rich, don't bother. Before you bag, after getting your sand, go and arrange poultry waste. Go to poultry farm, get the poultry waste, mix it with the sand before bagging. If you cannot get it as you went the time you need it, bag your topsoil. Maybe you scrape like 6 inches from the top of the soil and the bag. When you bag, if you can't get the poultry waste at the moment of bagging, just get it and pour it on top of the bag after planting, just like this one. This on top is poultry waste. So as rain touches it or as you irrigate the yam, the nutrient will be going into the yam. The yams will be taking it. Again, if you want to plant, don't dip the yam so into the bag. Let it be at the top. If I open here now, If I open here, look at the yam. Look at it. That's the yam I use in planting. It's already decaying. Look at it on top here. Just small sand. So if you do it this way, it has now this space to the end to grow. Now somebody may ask the question, what if the yam is ready to overgrow the length of the bag? Yes, some may be like that, but the issue is that when they get to the bottom and they cannot cross, what the yam will do is to be getting fatter. So, but come to talk of it, if you have yam as long as these cement bags, I think it's okay for you. But when you get to that point, what it does is to expand. So you have not over long yam, but fatter in size. So this could be done in your compound. This one is actually in the compound. I have it somewhere else where I planted over 400. I will also show that whenever I get to the farm to the viewers. Look at the leaves. The funniest thing about this here, and this one is just a month and 2 weeks. This is a month and 2 weeks. So let me tell you the secret. The secret about it is yams don't like too much rain. That's why it does well in some part of the northern states of this country. So when you put the sand in the bag, what you try to achieve is to regulate the water in the sand, the saturation of the water. So now when too much water gets into these bags, they seep out from the bag and keeping the soil only wet, not soaked. But if you must use a waterproof bag, listen, if you must use a waterproof bag to do this, you must puncture it at the bottom to allow water to seep out from there. Otherwise, the yam will die. When the water saturates the sand, it will die. I don't hide anything. I will tell you all you need to know. All you need to know. So when you do that, if you puncture it, you still keep it there. Remember, in the north, they don't stake their yam. They allow it to grow on top of the heaps. The reason is that they don't have water for mostly to wet their soil. Their soil is not always wet like ours. So the little rain they have, they want to preserve it. That's why they leave the yam growing on top of the heap, so that it will prevent sun from drying off completely the little water they have. So this bag will keep the soil very close to what you can get in the northern states. That's actually the secret. So the yam will be doing well. Now, when you plant yam in ordinary ground, just watch, make the experiment. Plant your yam in ordinary ground. You will find out that sometimes it takes more than 1 month to germinate. Sometimes by this time, some people have not staked their yam. But for this, when you put in the bag, you irrigate it. You pour water on the yam. Once it senses that water, within 2 weeks, at least you pour water before it starts growing. If it's close to your compound, you can be pouring this water 2 times in a week. Before 2 weeks, they will all germinate and start growing. And once they start growing, the process has started. So at the end of the day, this yam matures within 4 months. Within 4 months. This one you are seeing here now, in the next 3 months or thereabout, I will harvest them. With this, we could make 2 times planting of yam per annum. It's not seasonal. It's not seasonal. The rain does not disturb it. It is not seasonal. That is it. Now, if you are a good farmer and you have this is fish pond. There are fishes inside here. Now, this water you see is very rich. It's very, very rich for plant. If you take this water to irrigate the yam, you will see a very good production. You will get, look at it, it's the fish that made the nest. So the fish eats their food, they deposit their waste inside this water, and that their waste is very, very good for vegetation. You can use it for your vegetables, or even plantain, anything, any plant at all. So if you irrigate before rain start coming and you want to irrigate the yam, you can take water from this pond and irrigate. When the yam gets the water, they start flying. If I show you this yam maybe in the next 1 week, you may be doubting me. Now the staking. If you check, as I told you, this is a cemented ground. It's on top of it. It's actually a soakaway for the discharging of this fish water, because where I am living, there is no gutter that takes our water on the road. So to avoid spilling water in the compound and disturbing neighbors, I made a big soakaway here. So these ones that are seated here, they are sitting on top of the space, open space on that soakaway. I use something to just cover it and drop the yam on top, while these ones are directly on top of that soakaway. So now, this to tell you that even if your compound is cemented, you don't have anything to fear. It has nothing to do with the external environment. It's only the sand inside the bag. That's where it will grow. So if you don't have sand in your compound, I mean, you don't have access to topsoil, there's no problem. You can still get it. What you need to do is to get in touch with the tipper people, so they will get you the topsoil. They get you the topsoil from anywhere. They know how to get it. Just contract them to give you topsoil. They will get it for you. Then you bring it to your compound and start bagging. Now again, you want to weed this yam, because it has nothing to do with the external environment. Your interest is all these weeds on top of the bag. You can weed this whole yam within minutes. All they need to do is just come here, take off this, put it up. That is the end of the weeding for this particular yam. That's the end of it. So what is stopping you from doing this? I think nothing. Then you want to harvest. That's another addition. You want to harvest. All you need to, you can harvest with even razor blade. Put a knife here, cut the bag. Here, the bag is open. You take your yam and get out. No time to waste. Just imagine trying to weed. These are about 57 yams. If you plant 57 yams at 4 feet apart, you will find out that you may be consuming up to a half plot of land. If you work out the spacing you will make. Now you will dig, you will weed. Then during the harvesting, you will also start digging. So too much work. Weeding is one of the things that pursue people from farming. But in this case, you could use it as a small exercise. You stand up and pick all the leaves, as I did, from the bags. So I don't think we are waiting for anything. If you have space to plant 10 or 15 by the side of your fence, you can do that. You can do it anywhere. By the side of I think I have some one or two by the side of my fence. Just hold on, let me get to where that one is, and I will show you that it could be planted by the side. Look at this one. It's standing alone. This one, if you check, you will see that I buried part of the bag in the ground. The bag is long. This bag is long. When you stand it up, it will not stand. So what I did in this effect is to make a small hole about 1.5 foot and put this particular one and cover it so that the sand will hold it. This is to accommodate if the yam want to grow taller than the bag, because the other ones are cement bags. Then only this one, look at it, there's not that yam. It's already grown, and it was planted a few days after the ones I just showed you. There is another one I want to show you so that you can learn from what I have done already. This tree, what I did with this tree is that I opened the bag under, I tear it under, then make small hole and put it after and put the bag. That is, I sat it down there before filling the sand in them. All this I'm doing is to see the effect of the yield, whether it will grow and get into the land or it will not do well. So that if I'm talking next time, I will tell you based on experience. The other ones have been confirmed totally inside the bag, but all these ones I'm doing now is to get more make more experiment to confirm the behaviors, so that in that case I can be able to ensure that I won't be taking risk on a much more tubers of yam. So I experimented with this tree to see the reaction after producing. So when I harvest, I will know that will guide me to choose the pattern I will use next time. This is by the side of fence. You can see it. The 3 yams are growing by the side of fence. So if you have fence, a free side in your fence, just like this one, I think it is wise for you to try it. Don't mind whether it's only one, it's not a problem. Thank you, Kevin, for acknowledging that it's nice. You like the green, Adora. Thank you very much. I think it's actually wise for one to try this. You have to try this because it will help you to also fight this food insecurity in the country. Just it takes you nothing. If you want to buy the bags, go to the market. You will see these abokis that sell used poultry bags. Then if you are also a poultry farmer, you can take from the ones you've used. If not, you have relatives or friends that do poultry, you can go and meet them and collect their used bags to do this. In that case, you spend only the cost of yam. Even the yams, if you are eating yam in your house, you cut the head, can give like 4 or 5 inches length. Don't eat all of the head side, cut it from there, and the plant they will still do. So you can make a trial in your house, so that when you are convinced, next year you can make better plans. One of the advantages of this is in the rural areas now, people are afraid of planting yams because of the hunger in the land. You plant in your farm, in some areas they will even harvest it as you are planting and go and eat. It's as bad as that in the country. But this one, if you have a wide compound, even in your village houses or something, your compound is wide enough, you can be able to plant as many yams as possible in your compound, not going to far farm to plant. In that case, in the evening when you come back from work, it's enough for you to actually weed them. To stake, you can get bamboo. If you are living in township and it's difficult for you, you could go to those that just develop their property, especially the upstairs. After taking, you collect the used bamboo and stake. That is it for this. I'm just trying to show you that you could do this by the side of your fence. Let's go back to the main farm. Let me show you how that one is staked, because you need to actually learn whatever you can, so when you are doing, not get from. Look, I told you before, here is a cemented pyramid, the bamboo is standing. What I actually did was to use the bamboo to make a bed. By the time you link all of them together, they will not fall. That's actually what I did. I belted it. You can make 2 times belting. Why I made 1 belting is that they are sitting close to the wall. So I just try to if your compound is cemented, you can make like this, or like the wall side, you just bend the bamboo to lie on the wall, so that it grows there if everywhere is cemented. Or you make your bed of bamboo like this. Once you have 6 or 7 bamboo standing, I tie all of them together with this kind of belting. They will stand, they will not fall. They will not fall. You can do something just for your house use. The yams, I bought these ones that are planted here. Some of them are 200 naira per tuber, some are 300 maximum. So it's between 200 and 300. You can get the ones of 150 naira, and you will plant them. They will all grow as far as you are doing. So if you plant and there's no rain coming, just be irrigating the yam. But there's another secret of getting the yam germinate very fast. You get the yam, they are dried, pour it in a bath, and pour water in it. Allow it to stay like 3, 4, or 5 hours. You remove the water. Now you have soaked the yam. Once they enter inside the ground, because the water is too much in there, but they will shoot and start growing. But I didn't do this once this way because I have this fish water to irrigate the yams. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You can do yours today. I will be happy to see as many as that can try this. You know, there's some kind of joy having your own farm around you. When you come and see them doing well, it gives a kind of joy. Look at. They are still growing. They are still pushing up. You see where they're coiled up there. They are still pushing up. See their mouths. They are all pushing up. Very fresh. Very fresh. Very fresh. Look at it. Very fresh. See, they're pushing up. Just ensure that wherever you plant them, when you stake, that they will see the sun. They will not look for the sun. Just like here, there's nothing here. This is where I have a mango. I can't plant the yam under that mango because it will not do well. Because it needs again. Let me repeat the process. You can just join in. Just listen to what I will tell you now. These yams are growing fast. Bad soil. Bad, then your yam after packing. What we are actually doing is to create an environment that will not saturate the soil with too much water. That is where the padding is necessary. Secondly, you can have enough air in small space. Number two, and very inside. I've given enough explanation on how this is going. I think when you see the leaves, I think it's encouraging. It's encouraging. You see how they are. Very, very encouraging. I will also do well to video the one I have elsewhere. That one is over 400 tubers of yam planted in a very small space. So I am waiting for your questions or encouraging words. Then I will also love you to click the follow button on this page, like our page and follow us, so whenever we come online we'll be able to access our update. Thank you for your time. I know that this time you put in here will not be useless. I just trust that you will try this, even if it's one bag. By the time you get the yield, you may be encouraged to do it in a better way. We cannot always depend on buying yams, especially depending on yams coming from other states. You can do it, and even if it's to solve your own problem of yam in the house, even if you harvest what you can consume without going to the market, that extra money you will give to you use in buying yams could be saved for other things when you harvest your yams. So feel free to do that. Feel free. I'm still waiting. If there's any question, type your question and I will answer you. I will reply you either here or after. Yes, it is commercially viable, because this, when you do it, you may spend, let's say you spend 250 naira for the year. Hearing me. You buy your yam at 250 or 200 naira. Then you get the bag. This the feed bag is sold at 50 naira per one. So when you add it to the 200 naira, it becomes 250 naira. You may say that bagging one of these, you may be taking you another 50 naira, which is 300 naira. Then these 57, if I count the number of bamboo here, it may be like 20, and you buy them at 100 naira per one, which will give you 2,000 for all. So now if you are taking it per one, you may say one bamboo for one, which is another 50 naira. You spend 400 naira. Now a tuber of yam averagely in the market runs from 800, 1,000 and 1,000 something. So there is no way you will plant this and not be making like 400 naira and above from one tuber, because if you feed the yam well, it gives you better output. So your question, I hope I've answered you. It is commercially viable, and the how is what I just told you now. I just broke the analysis for you. Once you have a small space, you can do it. And again, you can plant over 1,000. What is 1,000 now? About 2,000 in a plot of land. So that is another advantage for you to make 2,000 stands of yam. For those who understand what farming is, I think you know, it will take a larger space. By 4 feet apart, if you run in a plot of land that is 100 feet, you are getting 25 in one line. Then by 50 feet, you're getting 13. So you can multiply that 25 by 13. By 13, maybe running less than 200 tubers in one plot of land. But with this, you can run up to 2,000 stands in a plot of land, as far as there is no trees. So you don't plant it under trees, because if you plant under trees, you will not get the yield. So that is that. Adore, I think I've answered your question. If you are not satisfied, please, you can still ask. I will answer you. So that is it. For those coming, just joining, I'm trying to show everyone. Thank you, Adora, for your comment. So I just want to show those that are coming in that these yams are planted in bags. That is it. They are planted in bags. So they are doing well in bags. Look at it. I'm showing you so that you can see. Look at their stems, very big, even bigger than some planted in ordinary. They are actually doing very, very well. Watch it. They're doing very, very well. Very, very well. Look at it. I see growing. I see shooting. They have not stopped shooting. You know, once they stop shooting, what it means is that they are now producing inside. Right now they are shooting. It means that the tuber of which you use in planting them are still alive. They are taking manure from the ground, and they are also reducing their strength from the original tubers you use in planting. At a point, the tuber will just collapse. By the time the energy in it has gone out, then the yam will stop shooting the stem and start to change color small. Do not be so fresh as it is now. It will look like, okay, if you look at this mango tree, you will see that these ones are fresh. It's just like it's sea shooting, but those inside here have changed to pure green. So that's what will happen. It will stop shooting completely. That's how you know that the yams are bringing in new tubers. They will stop shooting and start to turn real green. The tongues will stop moving. They won't be shooting like as you are seeing them up there trying to look for where to climb. Then the leaves start changing. It will change from dark green until it start coloring yellow. When it start coloring yellow, ready to be falling out, what it means is that the yams are matured for harvesting. That's how you know. If you leave it, all the leaves will fall. But once you get to that point, it's telling you that they are matured for harvesting. So these are things you need to know about the behavior of yams. But the bottom line there is that these yams are planted in bags. Let me show you something. That other ones are planted to tell you that they have no relationship with external weed. Look at this. When you look at this particular one here, you see that they are doing well also, but see weed everywhere. See weed everywhere. This weed has nothing to do with this yam. Only thing that has something to do with this yam is like, let's say this and this water leaf and this. Once you remove this, even if every other place is covered with weed, it has nothing to do with the yam except the weed entered on top of the bag. So you don't need to be afraid. Harvesting is very easy. You can even harvest this with razor blade or sharp knife. Just cut the bag, the yam will fall out. Don't need to walk like elephant and eat like rat in farming. You know, those days all the children in the house, mother, father, everybody will go to farm and they keep planting from month to month until this after planting 2 months later they will go back and start weeding. At the end of the day, some years the yield will not be there. Then transporting your products. If you have a big compound like those living at the village, you can make your yam in your compound there, sort of going to far farm where you will plant, and before you know it, all the local scavengers will go there and harvest your yam before you wake up. So in that case, you'll be seeing your investment every morning. This one, when I come out in the morning like this, I look at the yams and I feel happy before going out. So that is it. You see it, they are all growing here. All you need to do is ensure that wherever you plant this yam, that they will see the sunlight. There will be space up there. Don't plant under these trees as it is. Don't plant under trees. Plant it only on the surface where there's no obstruction for sun. They need the sunlight as photosynthesis to grow. Once again, I thank you for watching, and I urge you to try it today. Don't forget to hit the follow button so that whenever we make these videos, you will see them. You will be notified even after everything. You can be able to see it whenever we visit. So also try as much as possible to follow us right now. Follow our page. This is Willie Junior Charity Foundation page. We have been moving around supporting youth on this. In some of the youths, we give them tubers of yam and bags, and we show them, and some of them are doing well. They are calling us and they are appreciating our effort in starting them up and teaching them what to do. So these ones I'm showing you here are the ones I did by myself in my house, so you can do in your own house. You can do it by the side of fence, as I showed you before. Now the ones I did at the side of fence, I will just repeat that one now. I'll show you again before I shut down. So the ones I'm going to show you now, I'll show you they were done by the side of fence, and they were done differently from this particular one. So just hold on as I take you to the yams. Okay, look at this one. This one is planted in a long bag. This bag is long, so because if you stand it up on surface it will fall. So what I did was to make a small hole of like 1.5 foot and drop the bag inside so it will not fall. It's a single yam, as you can see, and look at it. I've gotten to the top of the bamboo stick. Look at it. This is it. Now by the side of fence, I have to line them up here before the tray. I have to do that. But because I have enough as I need, that is why I just made this few ones. Now these ones also, if you check very well, they are not seated on the ground like that, they are buried. What I did on these ones was that I tore under the bags and make a small hole and drop the bags, so that the yam will have access to the ordinary ground. I want to check what the yield will be, whether it will grow surpassing the bag to inside the ground. So this is just an experiment, and they are also doing well. As you can see, they've grown up there. Look at it. So they are there, grown up there. So it's only when this particular one now is only when I harvest I will be able to show you what the yield looks like, and encourage you either to do that or not to do it. Thank you very much, Angela Nike and Opala Juliet. Thank you, or Opara Juliet. Yeah, thank you. So you can do it today. As I said, very easy. You can get cement bag from a new site where people are building. It's not seasonal. Don't say planting season have gone. No, if it is dry season and you have water in your compound, you can irrigate them, even if it's 2 or 3 times in a week during dry season. You still get the same result. That is it. It's not seasonal, so you can try it today. I want to get more testimonies from people for trying this. It's a thing of joy that you harvest something from your compound, not looking at the money. The person talking to you, I don't think buying yam is a problem to me, but I feel so happy harvesting from my compound. It's not actually about the money, but about the joy, about the innovation, about people learning from you. Some people will have this idea and they will hold it until thy kingdom come, like as people say. So Now, if you do it, you'll be able to talk to some of your brothers, even living in the villages that are attacked lazy. If this is what they can do, if in the compound, instead of going to the farm, whenever they have time, they can back 3, 4, 5, 6 bars and they will put yam and wait. So that the yield will encourage them to do more. So I think I've spoken a lot this morning, and I wish to thank all of you for viewing. Please don't forget to hit that follow button or like our page. You see either follow or like page, any of them. If you do that, whenever we come up live, you will see us and learn from us. I thank you so much for listening and for watching, and I hope you will do as I said. Thank you, and remain blessed as I will be going. Or let me give another 2 minutes for those that may want to ask question or want to encourage us or want to comment. Whatever that is in your mind, you can tell us. Let others know if you have anything. Those that would like our comment, we appreciate we seeing you clicking that like button. Yeah, thank you for that. But if you have questions, please ask. It seems to be that all the questions and the comment I'm seeing is coming from women. Yeah, Nge Mba Cham. Thank you. I don't know whether you're a man or also a woman, because I've been seeing all these people commenting here. I see Adora, I see Angela, Juliet, and Nge. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for watching. I'm still waiting if someone will also say something. I will close. Thank you very much, and remain blessed.